So today's video is a little bit different. It's one that was inspired by basically my frustration. I mean, I'm the kind of person who, whenever I'm giving my case a reach around, funny, right?
No.
Anyway, whenever I'm plugging anything into its backside, I like to be able to see what I'm doing, and the problem with most cases is that they simply don't have a way in a darkroom. I mean, obviously we've got studio lights in here right now, so it's kind of a bad example, but in a darkroom to see what the heck you're plugging into where. So this is a quick and easy DIY solution to that problem. Also, I'm supposed to tease, we're gonna have a hard pipe water-cooled build log coming up pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. Corsair H80i GT and H100i GTX liquid coolers improve both the appearance and the cooling performance of your PC. Click on my chest. Hey, look, I have a Corsair logo on my shirt. Click on that to learn more about them. All right, so the first thing we've got to do in this video is go down on our PCs. All right, so I'm gonna get down here on all fours and show you guys what the problem usually is. So you can see back here, there's, well, for one thing, I'm tethered to the wall by this whole room liquid cooling setup thing. So let's go ahead and detach here. All right, there we go. NZXT cases have a feature that I've been saying forever, every case should have, and that's they have a little LED in the top right here, and then they have another one down here that illuminates all the rear I/O. So at the very least, even if you can't really get your head in there, you can kind of, you know, as long as you can see what you're doing before you dive in, then you'll at least know what it is exactly that you're dealing with. Well, again, I don't understand why more manufacturers don't do this, and I was looking for a simple solution since obviously this is not an NZXT case. And, as usual, Amazon has the answer. Trust me, they've got all kinds of stuff on Amazon.com. This one in particular is an LED strip, and I wasn't actually looking for quite as much of a pre-done solution as this. I thought that I was gonna have to buy just a strip of LEDs and that I was going to have to figure out how to, well, not figure out so much, it's pretty easy. They've got solder points on them just like that. I was gonna have to hook up some kind of a power source and then solder it to the positive and negative terminals. But actually, I ended up finding one that was A, extremely inexpensive, and B, even had a USB connector right on it. Now, before you do something like this, it's really important to bear in mind that you cannot use just any old LEDs. 12-volt LEDs, which are the more standard voltage that LEDs you buy online or wherever else you're gonna run at, won't work for exactly what we're doing here. Now, you could power 12-volt LEDs off of a computer. In fact, most of the LEDs on your cooling fans or on the strips that you run inside your case are going to be 12-volt LEDs. But the reason we need 5-volt is because I wanted I wanted our LED strips to run regardless of whether the system is powered on or not. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna just kind of figure out exactly where this is gonna go, and we're gonna show you guys a quick before and after here. I'm just gonna, all you do is cut it off at the length that you want. So you'll see it's clearly marked with little cut marks. So we're gonna go ahead and, I don't have scissors on me, so I guess we're using a knife. Oh, gonna reach in there and grab that out. Now that's a knife. Okay. Oh, that cut relatively easily. Now we have some extra LEDs left over in case we ever wanted to do something like this again. It's important again to note that they're 5-volt LEDs. Now, we're gonna go ahead, take the adhesive off the back. I'll have this linked in the video description. You guys often complain that I never say how much things cost in my videos, and the reason is that it's always linked in the video description. All you have to do is click. Well, and then click again. Yeah, the price always changes. Except for me, always $1. All right, let's go ahead and get that baby in there. All right, now you're gonna wanna watch out. You don't wanna accidentally make it so that you can't get at your USB ports or anything. So I'm gonna, oops. No, it's not the stickiest adhesive I've ever seen. So I'm gonna try and get it in there as much as I can. I'll get you guys a better view of this probably after. Which raises the question, why bother recording it now at all? Well, I don't know. I'm a YouTuber, I just record everything.
It's for posterity.
Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna run this all down the side of our top IO there. And then we're actually going to come out a little bit. This is important because we don't want this interfering with the screws. Oops. Doop, doop, doop. Here we go. And then we're going to run right down the very edge here. There we go. All right, so we've got it running all down this side here. I would recommend normally turning your system off anytime you're making modifications to it. Now, we're going to do a little bit of, now I would normally want to shorten this wire if I was going to plug it in directly, but I'm actually going to show you something I'm going to do that's a little bit different after. We're going to plug this in, and just like that, amazing! Our I/O is illuminated, and suddenly we are happy people. That is some really terrible adhesive on this LED strip. I would recommend replacing that with something else. That is just horrendous. Now, the coolest thing about this, and the main reason that we went with 5-volt power instead of 12-volt power, is this. I'm going to shut down the computer because, let's face it, a lot of the time when you are trying to plug something into the back of a computer, it will not be on. So the reason 5-volt is important instead of 12-volt is that 12-volt does not run while the system is not powered on. Whereas 5-volt, our system is actually off. And the only way to get the light to turn off is to actually power down the system outright. Power down the power supply even. So you can see I turn on the power supply, boom. Now I can plug everything easily without any difficulty. Then, if you don't want to plug into the back of your computer, there's actually one step further you can take it. And we're gonna go ahead and show you guys why I didn't shorten the length of this wire before. So this is a cool little doodad that we featured on our Handytech Under 100 series not that long ago. I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of cable manage that somewhat decently. There we go. That is going to make it so we can plug this into a USB header internally. It goes from a 4-pin connector like this to a female USB connector. So we plug that bad boy in, plug that in there, close it up, and there you have it. So I think that pretty much wraps this up, guys. Let us know if you like this kind of a format. This is something a little bit different that we're doing. We always want to hear from you. Let's turn the computer on just to make sure I haven't completely ruined it by now. And like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you thought it sucked, leave a comment, especially leave a comment at the linked forum thread in the video description. That is where we would like more people coming and commenting. Are you laughing because you're looking at my nose or something?
No, this is an uncomfortable position.
Oh, also linked in the video description, we have where to buy like cool Linus Tech Tips t-shirts like this one, where you can give us a monthly contribution if you love our videos and you want us to make more of them, where you can change your Amazon bookmark to one with our affiliate code so we get a small kickback whenever you buy stuff like, oh, I don't know, 5-volt LED strips on Amazon.com. And I think that pretty much wraps it up, although I'm not entirely sure. I had actually brought up all of my talking points for this video on the screen before I went and shut down my computer. So I think I'll pretty much have to sign off. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you haven't subscribed already, then go ahead and mash that button.